Okay, we're working today on a Harbor Freight Titanium 170 MIG welder. The symptoms were the wire feed was intermittent when the trigger was pulled, which suggests either the motor that runs the rollers for the wire feed is defective, or the circuitry. So this is the circuit board that has a portion of the motor control on it. So in the upper right hand corner there's a connector with 4 posts, which let me grab something to point to. So it would be this guy right here. So that pin is the negative on the motor, and the pin on the opposite side is the positive. The other 2 pins aren't used. So so that feeds 12 volts to the motor. The 12 volts is controlled by this relay right here. And I think this relay is defective. So you can put a continuity meter between these 2 leads, measure resistance, and then on the back, and it's actually labeled, which is quite remarkable. So I have soldered 2 wires to the coil of the relay. And then just to the left, you can see the sweeper. So coming straight down is the negative side of the motor connection. And that's the power coming in to the motor connection. And when the relay is asserted, the sweeper switches to the left, where that small circle is shown, and provides 12 volts to the motor through the connector, as I had mentioned. So one can probe this pretty easily. So I just soldered these 2 wires on so I can apply 12 volts. Now this coil is polarity sensitive, so the white wire shown here is plus 12, and the gray wire is common. So be careful of that. So you can test this out yourself, 12 volts on that, and you should hear it click back and forth, and then you can measure the resistance between the first pin and the second pin of this white connector right here. The problem is the relay actually does click, and you get a resistance, but I think the relay itself is not running at full spec and is intermittent. So it draws about 63 milliamps to switch it, which is I think beyond the spec for that. And the resistance is kind of hard to measure with just a handheld meter like this guy, because you got the resistance should be sub-ohm on that, but you're measuring the lead resistance and everything else, so it's a little less intuitive to really nail down how well that relay is opening and closing. But in lieu of that, you can at least determine whether the relay is actually switching the load back and forth. So in lieu of that, I went ahead and ordered some relays. Unfortunately, I couldn't find them in the US, so I had to order them. Since this is a Chinese MIG welder. It's no surprise they use Chinese parts. So these are the Chinese relays that I ordered from AliExpress, and 2 weeks later they showed up. So I'm going to replace that relay with a new relay. I also did a quick test of the relay and measured the resistance and current draw of this relay. And if you just follow the same pinouts or download the circuit diagram, you can see which side is the coil, which is, I believe, this side. So there's the 12 volts and common. And then this is the switched part of the relay. So it should be open with no voltage and closed when the voltage is applied. And what I found is the resistance is sub-ohms based on its initial resistance measurement. And the current draw was half of the one that's mounted on the board. So it's about 34 milliamps. I'll have to look that up on the spec sheet, but I think this is in line. So I'll go ahead and replace this, desolder it, replace it, and reinstall it. I'll take a second video showing where the circuit board is inside of the TIG welder and how it's connected. But there's quite a few connectors on this board. None of them are particularly tricky to remove. They all they have either a bayonet for the ribbon pins, or there's tabs here and here and so on that hold the smaller ribbon connectors. So carefully those will come off. It's a little tricky getting this machine screw out, because there's stuff in front of that blocks using a regular screwdriver, so you have to use one of these ratchet screwdrivers, but it's all doable. So I will let you know how this turns out, but this could be the fix for wire feed problems, intermittent, or it just quits working totally. So there you go.